2 shows right now, and we are going to be coming back to other cities, rest assured, okay? I just wanted to get that out of the way because but that being said, it's been a while since I've done a show. It's been a while since I've been in contact with people like that. So I'm excited to see how that goes, man. I think it's gonna be a beautiful experience, as you know, as the live shows usually go. You know what I mean? But that being said, I'm having someone come on here who is a very special guest. So I'm trying to see how that goes. Oh, shout out to Eunice. That's my boy. I just met him yesterday, and gem of a guy. All right, hands down, very, 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 very cool person. Shout out to all the folks in Germany. But what I'm trying to get to is that I'm bringing someone on here who is I mean, until it happens, I'm having trouble believing it. Okay, but I'm just excited to have a conversation with someone that I have, you know, kind of grown up around. Because last time when we got on, as you guys know, we had Project Pat come on, and that was just iconic, man. That guy is just legendary. So, and I think the conversation was beautiful, and we were able to connect on that. So I'm trying to see if we can get another legend on board. I'm just gonna see if oh, here we go. Oh, okay. See if this is working yet. Hold up. Well, I pressed accept. It's taking a bit to get. We'll just have to wait. The trilogy himself, Bun B. Let's go.
What's good, young brother? What's good?
I am better now, man. It's amazing to see you. And we've been talking about this for some time. I know. I'm just glad that it finally happened. I know you've been traveling, right?
Yeah. I've been moving around a little bit. Yeah, we were trying to do this yesterday, and literally at 9 o'clock, about an hour before we were supposed to go up, the whole neighborhood went out of power. Like we've been having rolling blackouts. Houston? Yeah. We've been having rolling blackouts because it's so hot and everybody is running air conditioning. Many people don't know Houston is the single most air-conditioned city in America.
Oh.
And one of the most air-conditioned cities around the world. So we draw a lot of power.
With the weather that y'all have there, I don't doubt it.
You know, it is. It's so. I don't want to preach to the choir, bro, because I imagine it's probably a little bit hotter where you are.
I mean, it's humid, but we have you know, it depends on where you are in India, but specifically where I am right now, the AC is blasting. Yeah, where it's in use for sure. But I've heard about this. My homies in Houston are telling me about how there are these blackouts, and it can be very, very, it's random and very tedious too. Like especially when you guys are just, you know, just when it comes out of nowhere like this.
I mean, but it's been par for the course. That's part of living in Houston. I think you would have some experience with that as well.
Absolutely, man. I mean, I haven't had the power cuts like this, but we've had that in India. They used to do that systematically, you know, back in the day. They used to take from 7 to 7:30, they would cut the power out for everybody every day back in the day in India, and because they were conserving on power. And you know, this was a big like, it was part of my childhood whenever I used to come here for summer vacation. But in Houston, man, I was just there during just a prime time when y'all were making incredible music, man. Like I just, you know, this is incredible. The fact that this is actually happening is huge, because I used to, like, you're a legend. You got it. You know this.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Tell me, man. So is that around the time where you fell in love with rap? Like, when did rap like hit you in the chest? You know,
man. So the thing is, like, ever since I was young, I think that I've had an affinity towards words, right? I've traveled a lot. I've never really had a stable place where I stayed for too long. And but the thing that stuck with me was my affinity towards writing and poetry, right? I didn't know what to call it. It was just something that I was inclined towards, right? But then come Houston, that's the place that I stayed the longest. And what a place to be when you've built this affinity towards words, and then all of a sudden there's a culture of just, expressing yourself in the most powerful, charismatic kind of way, right? That only Houston, like, culture and hip hop was able to show me. So I think that I fell deeply in love when I was just, when I was in middle school. I had my phases. I was listening to a whole bunch of music because I didn't know what to listen to, man. I
Of
came in
course.
as an immigrant, right? I was just like, I had a little bit of metal, a little bit of, like this pop music. But then when I got in touch with hip hop, I think that it connected to me in a very spiritual way, because it was using your words to emote, and very specifically, like, just the complexity of the word, right? And yeah, then it's just, now I can't, I'm in too deep. You know what I mean?
But that's the beautiful thing, right, about hip hop. Hip hop gives you a platform to speak your truth, right? But
Absolutely.
the more life you live and the more informed you become, and the more people you meet, and the more cultures you get proximity to, it allows you that when you do decide to use hip hop as a platform and speak to people, you can speak to a broader range of people because you've been inside or had proximity to their culture. You've lived in their cities. You know some of the food that they eat, some of the localized and hyper localized things that they gravitate to. And I think it's a beautiful thing because you are making world music. Like, you're speaking from a hip hop platform, but you're making world music. We respectfully, all of us are making world music with
Absolutely.
the age of the internet, because now the entire world has access to what we're doing, and the entire world has, there's like, the internet gives people a glossary, right? A dictionary.
Very much.
So you listen to music and maybe you don't know what they're talking about, but you feel it and you're interested in it. So now you can start doing, what did that mean when he said this? Because he was talking about this and then he used this word. So I feel like that word kind of means this. And then they start knowing it. And now, before you know it, a kid in Houston understands what kids in India are talking about, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So, you know, I look at, like your video is like cultural exchange, right? Like, when I
Yeah.
look at the video, I think that's why everybody is so engaged at the visual of it, because you offer people an entry point into a world that they maybe don't know or have never seen, but through a platform that they're comfortable and used to. So hip
Absolutely.
hop, yeah, they love the music, right? And then, Jesus, what is this video? And it all melts together, and it's
Yeah.
giving people an inside view of an underground culture, right?
Very much
And
so.
from the underground
From
king,
the
that's speaking right to
underground
me.
king. Exactly what I was gonna say. No, the thing is, what you were saying, tying back to what you were saying, showing people something that they have not seen but is equally as real. It's just on the other side of the world, right? And I think perspective is everything, right? And music being, like, music, and specifically hip hop being a medium of extreme communication. Like, there's things, there's conversation, and then there's the way that music connects to people. I think that it's the blend of how it came together. I'm just blessed for it to happen, because, even though I was showing and showcasing things that we see within the country over here, the references, as you know, we're making Pimp C references. We're having Project Pat flows, and we're paying homage to people that, me specifically, played a big role in shaping my views and my perspectives. How I think, and how music, kind of resonates, comes out of me, right? So that blend, I think, was important to kind of bring the worlds together. And at the end of it, like you were saying, I think that's the beautiful thing about hip hop, because it has a way of connecting to people. Like, you can communicate, the human interaction within it. Like, it's not just, it's, you tie it into the human condition, right? A struggle can be understood from one side or the other, or joy can be understood from one side or the other. It's just how you say it. You get what I mean? And how you
Absolutely.
manage to put together that message. And then the rest is just, it's everything that comes in between, the melodies, the sounds, the sonics, and the references.
And that's the cultural exchange aspect of it,
Yeah.
right? Because, and I could initially fall in, like, it all starts with the groove, right? Like
Yeah.
music starts with the groove. Like before we even get to the language and the spoken word, if someone is singing or rapping or however they're expressing their words through music, it all starts with the beat. This beat is fucking crazy. It's undeniable, right?
Yeah.
It draws people in. It's got a very strong energy to it. And again, it's got that hip hop, that metal aspect that you say you grew up to, having those musical sensitivities and finding ways to incorporate that stuff into the music, then having the cultural sensitivities as well. It makes it very hard for people not to like it and reject it on principle because there's different things calling to people from different places. And that shit ain't, I'm gonna be honest, that shit ain't easy to do, to make a record that makes sense where you are and where you want to go. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I think that's what